Saraf123 says, which team that missed the playoffs last season gets in next year? Ooh, there's two teams that immediately come to mind. Number one is definitely the Phoenix Suns. I have the Phoenix Suns number one right now because of the great offseason they had in going out and getting Chris Paul. That's a team that could very easily make a jump into the playoff picture. I like what they have. I like what is coming on that team right now, especially, obviously with Jay Crowder, Chris Paul. They went out and signed solid veterans as well. That's a good team. That's a team that should have made the playoffs. They were very, very close after they went 8-0 in the bubble, but now they have a real chance to make that jump. In the Eastern Conference, I would go with the Atlanta Hawks. That was a team that missed the playoffs and could have gotten there. But the other Western Conference team, and this is so obvious, it's the Golden State Warriors. They should have been in, if they were 100% healthy last year, but they weren't. Now they are 100% healthy, and they have an addition of James White. Well, not 100% healthy, obviously, because Klay Thompson, but they add James Wiseman. They get Nico Mannion on a two-way contract. They have a solid backup in Brad Wanamaker, and they bring back Kent Bazemore, who knows the system pretty well as well, and they traded for Kelly Oubre. That's a team that, if Steph Curry is 100% Steph Curry, that's a playoff team easily. So my three teams, the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks. Those are the three teams that I would absolutely watch out for. Some people I see in the live chat right now are saying the San Antonio Spurs. Absolutely not. They're not even sniffing the playoffs in the Western Conference. But you can make your comments heard in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching this at a later date. Which non-playoff team from last year makes it in 2021? Maybe you agree with me. You think it's the Hawks, the Warriors, or the Suns. Or maybe it's all three. Or maybe it's a totally different team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. I could see that as well. The New Orleans Pelicans could be a team that you could make the argument for as well. There's a lot of teams in the West that could absolutely be in there. But go ahead and shout yours out in the comment section. Kevin Hankinson says sleeper MVP. I know it's not a sleeper, but, he's the number one pick right now is Luka Doncic. If the Mavs are top four, he's got to be an MVP candidate. Steph Curry in all honesty, was my pick before Klay went down again, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make that jump or make that play this next year. So, I don't know if it's a sleeper, but I'll go with Luka Doncic. If you want to go sleeper, Kevin Durant coming off that Achilles injury. I think he might be able to pull it off, but I'm leaning Luka right now as my MVP pick. John Anquis says Sabonis to the Warriors. Is Wiggins enough for this trade? I'm going to say no. I think Andrew Wiggins is solid, but Domantas Sabonis made an all-star team last year. And Sabonis kind of changes that Warriors team. I think he takes them to a whole nother level. So I think the Warriors say yes. I think the Pacers would say no. Now, if you go Wiggins and maybe Minnesota's pick, that might just do it, but I don't think you give up that much for the Golden State Warriors, especially because you got James Wiseman now. So do you want to take the ball out of his hands a little bit? I don't know. Maybe not. Now, I think it might be Steph Curry, but I'm also leaning Luka Doncic right now. Who do you think will win NBA MVP this next season? Let me know in the comment section who you got. Give me your award picks for who you think will win MVP. Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Make your predictions heard in the comment section or in live chat. Kevin Hankinson says, who will win Rookie of the Year? So my pick from the beginning has actually been Obi Toppin because I think Obi Toppin might be the most NBA-ready player of this draft, at least when it comes to the offensive end. Now, defensively, he's not good, but when you're looking at Rookie of the Year awards, you're usually looking at what they did on the offensive end, and that's what Obi Toppin produces. I think Tyrese Halliburton would be up there if he didn't share the backcourt with De'Aaron Fox. Obviously, you got to say the number one pick it can be up there as well, even though I don't know if I would say Anthony Edwards is going to make that big of an impact. Wiseman, from an impact perspective, is definitely going to make a huge impact, and I think that will be something that, if he comes in and this Warriors team is really, really good and they're playing good defense, it's probably because he's holding down the middle really, really well. So the four guys, I would say, and I know I just threw a bunch of names at you, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, Obi Toppin, Tyrese Halliburton, and, of course, LaMelo Ball. Because I think LaMelo Ball will be the best player of this draft class when it's all said and done. I'm just not sure he's on the team that's going to help him succeed right off the bat, but could be any of those guys. Let's go to this question from Zay in J. Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier for Andrew Wiggins and some picks. Not bad. Some picks, though, that phrasing, it scares me. And I think that's why the Warriors would say no. Because the Warriors have to give up first-round picks for Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier. I don't think it's quite worth it. Although, Gordon wouldn't be a terrible fit on this team. The problem is, if you go out and get Aaron Gordon, I guess Evan Fournier helps with the spacing. But if you go out and get Aaron Gordon, you run a lineup of Steph, Kelly Oubre, Aaron Gordon, Draymond, and Wiseman, that floor spacing is not very good. Now, if you go Steph, Fournier, Kelly Oubre, Draymond, Wiseman, I guess it would be okay. But at the end of the day, some picks feels like a little bit too much to give up if I'm the Golden State Warriors. Go pick up any team, any player that you want available today at this link right here. It helps us out when you go click on that link, so please go check it out, chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. The best thing, the absolute best thing that Fanatics does is a thing called jersey insurance. So that when you go buy a jersey, maybe you get Giannis's jersey, and then he leaves Milwaukee. Guess what? They're going to replace that jersey for free, but only when you go to this link. One more time. You can see it on the screen. It's just that obvious. Or maybe you just got your headphones in. You're listening to me while you're on a little jog. Chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Make that little mental note in your head. Or if you're watching with us, open up another tab, open the link, type it in your computer, and then make sure you bookmark it, because that is the best place to go to get awesome jerseys at an awesome price. Levi says, who can sign Andre Roberson? Also, how much is a veteran's minimum so I know how much Whiteside got? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Andre Roberson has not been signed yet, because when he was playing defensively for the Oklahoma City Thunder in the bubble, he actually didn't look that bad, and he made a couple of three-pointers as well. I think he would be pretty good on a contending team. Maybe you look at a team like the Lakers or the Warriors that could still use some wing defense. The Warriors might be the perfect team for him, as they obviously lost Klay Thompson. Their backup wing depth is not very strong right now. You go out and get a defensive guy like Roberson off the bench for the minimum. Why not? Speaking of the minimum, to answer that second part of your question, the veterans minimum is 1 year, $2.6 million or $2.4 million. Either way, it's still a good chunk of change, a little bit more than you or I will probably ever see in our lives, Levi. Andrew Gutierrez says, Kings fan here, do you think Hield and Whiteside could be traded to a contender at the trade deadline? I think Hield could. I don't think anybody cares about Hassan Whiteside. I mean, he's on a minimum contract, so you're not really going to trade him for anything super useful, in all honesty. I mean, if you package him with Buddy, yeah, you get a little bit of money there. But I think Hield is definitely going to be traded by the NBA trade deadline. Watch out for the Dallas Mavericks to get in play there. Maybe if the Golden State Warriors are like, this team isn't working, we need more shooting, they could go out and get Buddy Hield. Maybe if a team like the Lakers, it doesn't like what Wesley Matthews is doing and they want to package, West and maybe KCP, that could be a thing. But I don't know what the return is going to be, because people are like, oh, Buddy Hield, he just came out of college, he's really young. Buddy Hield's 28 years old. So, I mean, you're not going to, trade the house for him, but I like Buddy Hield a lot. I think he could be really helpful on a good team. Let's go to Daniel Onwu Egzabuzi. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I wanted to try it, so we'll call you Daniel O. So which teams make the finals from both conferences? Ooh, good question. So originally, I picked the Warriors to come out of the Western Conference, but now Klay Thompson's down and out. I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I think they're like a 6th seed in the Western Conference. So I know this is a boring pick. I know you guys are going to boo me, and that's fine. You can boo me for it. The Lakers, they're going to come out of the Western Conference. They are the team to beat in the West. I think they will be right back there at the top of the Western Conference. Out of the East, again, I know it's boring, but they're in urgency mode. The Bucks have to make it. They have to make it, or else Giannis is gonzo. So I'll go Bucks and the Lakers, but you could convince me of a few teams in either conference.